Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Thank you so much for your engagement, for your love and comments. Really appreciate. Thank you so much. So today we are going to tell you guys about our license. So we have good news. We got our license. So he actually got his. I'm yet to get mine. So he's going to be sharing with you guys tips on how to get your license. So listen to him and stay blessed.
Hello guys, we are the Aposionos, and if you could remember vividly, we talked about how I went for the road test initially and it was not successful. That is the drive test. And I have good news for you guys today. I finally passed. I finally passed. And so we can kick on the highway legally. Because when I came, or when we came, a lot of people was actually advising us that you can just buy your car, bump on the road, nobody would actually disturb you, in as much as no accident occurs. That it will be difficult for police to just come and harass you or stop you here. And a lot of people told us, just go and get a car, start driving. You know, you came with a lot of family. But my pastor in the church, and the pastor in the church, Pastor Ralph, kudos to him. He told me categorically that, come, Emeka, if you must do it at all in this country, do it right. And I told my wife about it, and we agreed together that this is what we are going to do. So we clinched to it, and just 2 months and some days we've been in a few days we've been in Canada. We've gotten our G2 license. I've gotten my G2 license.
Guys, because everybody is doing a particular thing doesn't mean you should do it. It's always good to do the right thing, right?
Yeah.
So that's why you should. You just need to know what's up, what are the tips, and you're good to go. Yes, you've been driving in your home country, but here it's totally a different something. You get to learn the roads, the rules, and everything. So it's best when you come to a particular country, you want to have a good name, right? So it's not Nigeria where you can just bypass the law and all that. Yes, you might kind of
You can do some nasty things temporarily, but in the long run, for those of us who are planning to come to Canada or who are in Canada, you are quite agree with me that you did a lot of stuff to be here, and you don't want to jeopardize it. So the essence of this video is actually giving you guys what you need to know with respect to driving before coming to Canada. What did we do when we came? We saw that transportation system here is actually expensive. Though there are cheaper means, or there are cheap means of moving around, which we've talked about in our previous video. So go watch our previous video and check one of the cheapest way of transporting around Canada and how you will go about it. Now, this particular video talks about what you need to know before coming to Canada with respect to driving. Now, if you're coming to Canada, the first thing you need to do, your driver's license you're using back home. For Ghanaians, for Nigerians, for Kenyans, South Africans, wherever place you might be, anywhere in the world where you are, you want to come with your driver's license back home. And it will be an added advantage if you have drove for a long time back home. Because, take for instance, that of Nigeria now. Every of your license, even that of Nigeria, has the date where you started driving first. Yes. It has the date where you started driving first. And so, when you come here, like when I came, I had about 5 years experience on my license. So when I came, the next thing I did was I contacted the embassy so that they can authenticate the driver's license you came with. Yes. You have to, they are laid down procedures for that. So they will authenticate the driver's license you came with. So what I did was I wrote to them their procedures, to and fro letters. You get it here through Canada Express. I think there was a fee of, is it $200 or within $150 to $200 or so that we paid, and so that they could send us a letter back authenticating the driver's license. You send them your license too, so they will send everything back to you original. They send everything back to you. You send it to the embassy in Ottawa. When they are done with their investigation, they will send you back an authentication letter showing that this driver's license you came with was authentic. There are some people who say that you can also come with an authentication letter from home, but we didn't do that. We did it here. So whichever one works for you, that's fine. But we did ours here. So when they sent it back to us, we submitted it in Service, Ontario, because we are in Ontario, and they recommended I go for G. G is the full license. We have the G1, we have the G2, and we have the G. But before then, I've already gone and do test for G1, and I got the G1. G is in Canada, you start with G1, and after G1, G2, and after G2, G. Now, when I came, I submitted the driver's license, the letter of authentication from Nigerian embassy in Ottawa, and then I took it to Service Ontario. They authenticated it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they authenticated it, and actually was recommended for full G license. So when I went for the G drive test, you guys know what happened. I didn't do well. What happened? I failed the G test. What happened? I have not really done what is required of me. I just came out from the drive test center, and I bumped in a red light. Hello, baby. Yes, sorry. So I bumped in a red light. That was how I didn't continue the test. So guys, sorry, my baby is disturbing, and the mom actually went out. Okay, she's back. So guys, I was talking about the procedures we took before getting the G2 license we have now. Now, as I said, we have G1, we have G2, and we have G. With G, you are okay with driving in Canada. No matter the number of years you are here, you are good. But with G2, you can drive anywhere you want to go to. You can drive through the highway, everywhere you want to drive, but you have a minimum of 5 years to obtain a G license. With the G, you don't need to do any other test or any other transfers. So when we submitted the authentication letter from the embassy, the driver's license we came with to Service Ontario here, they now recommended me for G. When I went for the G test, I didn't pass. As I told you guys, I bumped into a red light and I had to retake the test all over again. So when I wanted to take it again, I was demoted from G to G2. Mind you, G2, you can drive anywhere you want, but you have minimum of 5 years to upgrade to G. So when I went for the G, I did all the training I could, and I went and I passed a few days ago. So guys, what this means for us is that cheaper transportation, we can move around for business meetings, the plans we have about our channel to give you guys more contents, more immigration news, more vital information you guys will need, so that we will maximize this space, and not also to waste your time, because we want to make sure that we give our followers enough content for their time. Enough content for their time. Look at us. We are taking things gently, one after the other. And so you want to make sure that as you are coming to Canada, or those of you already in Canada, you want to take things gradually. You don't jump the gun. In a way, a lot of people get it wrong is they want to jump the gun. Instead of moving from A to B, they want to move from A to Z. And this is completely wrong. This is not advisable. So what we will say, as men that are coming to Canada and you want to get your driver's license on time like we did, or even earlier, what you have to do is come with your driver's license back home and make sure you don't start driving immediately you come without getting your license, because if you do, you might end up screwing up your chance of becoming a PR or consequently becoming a Canadian. So you want to...
You could also be jailed.
Yes.
If you hit someone and so bad, you could be jailed. So come on, let's do the right thing.
Yeah, to be frank with you, I've drove back home for about 7 years. But when I came here, trust me, you want to unlearn so many garbage we brought back home. And through those learning phases, you will get to drop a lot of stuff that is not necessary. There are so many things to learn on the road. How to merge on the highway, how to know different signals, the speed limit, how to check your mirrors regularly, how to do your blind spots. I'm telling you, these are things you are not used to, and when you come, you practically want to learn those things, and you want to know different signs, different signals. When you get to a particular point, you know a particular sign for this particular place.
And guys, most of the signs are actually different from what we used to know. Like back then in Nigeria, I used to know the hospital sign comes with a cross, right? But here, it comes with a H. So you want to learn what works for them here, so you don't make mistakes.
Yeah, and they don't joke with speed limits here. Like the highway, 100 kilometer. The funny thing is, you have like on the highway. Although some places will tell you otherwise, that's 80 kilometer. So you want to make sure you are completely observant.
And uniform.
completely observant about your environment, know the kilometer that works as at that particular time. So these are the trainings you get to know about. And you want to make sure you don't go below the speed limit, so you don't impede other drivers on the road. You know, a place where they say 100 kilometer, you don't want to do 80 kilometer. You know, a place where they say 100 kilometer, you don't want to do 105 or 110 kilometer. So these are trainings. You have to be consistent. You know, and because you can be driving 100 kilometer on a 80 kilometer road, and when you get home, you'll be ticketed. They'll send you a ticket, and you have to pay. And when you do it repeatedly, you'll be given a demerit point. And demerit point is about you have a dent in your driving history. And when you get such dent, your insurance will go up. You know, you might be suspended from driving for some time. You know, so you want to make sure you go through these trainings. There's as many people that are coming to Canada, Ontario, Canada. You can reach out to us. We can give you tips, you know, or on how to go about your driving. You know, at least I have the experience now about the whole thing. So, guys, as we are coming, or if for those of us who are already in Canada, you want to make sure you are moving with the right information. You know everything the land requires of you. You know.
Have you told them? Sorry to cut you short. Have you told them about how they could send their letters to embassy?
Yes, I've talked about the embassy.
Talked about the year range of if you have a long experience back home.
Okay, like
kind of test you're gonna take and all that.
Okay, like when you came, you had less than 1 year experience.
Yeah, I've actually been driving for more than 1 year back home, but I got my license late in Nigeria. So it means that was when I started driving.
Yes.
So now, because I have because I have a kind of what's it called, experience less than a year, I have to take G1 test, G2 test, and G. So with the G1, it means that I can be driving with someone by my side, and the person by my side needs to have a G2 or a G. Then when I'm done with my G1, I can go for G2. So when I get my G2, I can drive alone, and so on. So the G1 is kind of a computer-based test, right?
Yes.
Computer-based test where they ask you some things. I think it's about 20 questions.
Yeah, what you know, different signals, what you know about driving, and it has to do with, it is localized in the sense that it has to do with what is obtainable here in Canada. So if you think the general knowledge you have about driving or signals will work here, it will not. So there are places, there are materials to get online, to get books, materials to learn before going for the test, because you don't want to continue wasting money, because each one you fail, you take it again, you pay. You know, so guys, I hope we've been able to give you guys a kind of background knowledge of what to expect with respect to licensing, driving licensing here in Canada. You know, a recap of what I said: they have 3 kinds of licenses. We have the G1, we have the G2, and the G. With G2 and G, you can drive anywhere in Canada. You know, but the difference between the G2 and G is that with G2, you have 5 years to get to upgrade to G.
Within that 5 years, if you do not upgrade to G,
you go back to G1. If you don't upgrade, you go back to G1. You know, so guys, have this at the back of your mind as you are coming to Canada. Put at the back of your mind that you are coming to do the right thing. Every wrong or bad attitude with respect to driving you came with, or in life generally, drop it back home before coming here. Because here, if you mess up, the law will get caught up with you. or catch up with you rather, and it's going to really be bad. It's going to really be bad. So set your mind up to do the right thing. Set your mind up. When we came immediately, we bought a car immediately, but we didn't drive it. We kept it. Even for one day, we never drove it. Now we have the license, we can drive. So this is what you guys should have at the back of your mind.
Do not be in a
do not be in a rush for anything, because the system has been placed in such a way, you understand, to give everybody a comfortable life. The system has been set in such a way that things might be a little bit difficult now in a kind of way. But as each day goes by, things keep unfolding. Things get better. So guys, we hope we've communicated today and you have a background knowledge about how you go about your driving license in Canada. Do well to subscribe to the channel if you are new, and thank you for all our subscribers. You guys have been doing wonderful job. You guys have been doing so well. The engagement has been wow, but we can make things better. We can increase the followership. For those of us who feel that we have given them a lot of information and they want us to do more, please keep sharing the group, the page. Advise people to subscribe. So that they could get the same information. And before we go, let me make this clear. We can drive now, and we want to want to give more content to why we do what we do. We want to give more content on immigration. We were opportune to meet our immigration lawyer that brought us here, and we talked about the need of the people, because a lot of people have been contacting us about how they will go about traveling, and also we are looking at other cheaper pathways, that people can come here and get what they need or what they want. We are open for collaborations. We are open for discussions. You can book a section with us. Our email, contact us. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you, and God bless you. Bye-bye.